Hello! Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. I hope everyone's doing fantastically tonight. Before I hand things over to Matt, a few announcements, and I promise to be quick. Number one, programming notes. The League of Amazing Adventurers on Wednesday nights. They're entering into enemy territory. Things are bad. We got a little teaser of Nimbus's younger, but somehow now older brother, and they're familiar last week. Come and check out what happens with that this week. Malachor is going to be very fun to play.
Come give Merle some love and support. I have a feeling he's going to need it.
Then on Friday, of course, we have the Calling Chronicle. Our party is beginning their final assault on the Called Hunt's floating city base. They have attained divine catalysts. They've gone down the path of ascension, and now all that's left is to stop Reskin, who recently acquired a god catalyst through dubious means. Thank you.
We got duped.
I duped them with Simulacrum and True Polymorph.
Yeah, because, no one expects, NPCs to use two high-level spells in conjunction to pull off a hat trick.
No one expects the Simulacrum Inquisition.
Why would they?
Why would they?
If you want to see the party's reaction to that, go check out the VOD from Friday. Then, of course, on Saturday, we have Salt and Sorcery, where Matt and I have been playing through Outward. Our adopted mother exploded last week and got kidnapped, and now we need to go rescue her.
Those seem mutually exclusive, Will. Let's not go crazy. She was kidnapped, and we fought the Crusher, and then I killed him and took his cool double-headed wolf hammer with glowing eyes.
Yeah. That was badass, and then I was just in the back with like an arrow and magic going like pew 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 pew.
This is our dynamic.
This is.
I get to play the barbarian I play in games. No thoughts, only violence.
And at the same time, curdle my bloodlust during those games. Then on Sunday we have Stardew Sunday, where we did a whole lot of stuff last week. And we're going to keep doing stuff. I don't know what else there is to do. I think this week I'm going to try to get a new outfit for Elisandra. We got that really hot swashbuckler hat, and I kind of wanted to do like a sort of like piratey look on her. Maybe I'm thinking. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I think we might update our outfit this week, and that might be like the thing we do in Stardew Valley, because like we've gotten everywhere else. Like we've gotten to a good point for everything else. Then, of course, every Monday we have the Strength of Thousands IP. You're watching that right now. And Tuesdays, if I have the energy, I'm playing through Stray, if you've ever seen that game. If you want to see me be a cat.
Kitty cat.
Yes. Fair warning, if you watch the VOD, about 2 hours in, there's a very large jump in audio when I scream for my life because I get so scared for this little cat. So if you want to see me freaking out, and like really freaking out,
like, why is there an eyeball the size of a school bus?
Really freaking out, go watch that VOD. But those are all of our announcements. So those are all of like our mainstay show announcements. A couple other announcements. Number one, a lot of our shows are coming to their conclusion soon. We have League of Amazing Adventurers entering its penultimate arc this week. And then we have the 5e campaign, Calling Chronicle, entering its final arc this week as well. And after we're done those shows, we're going to be doing some fun one-shots, one of which on Friday night is going to be a Genshin Impact one-shot, which I'm very much looking forward to running. So if you want to see us playing our Genshin Impact OCs and me playing every other NPC I can in Genshin, that'll be the one shot for you. McKenna's OC and Matt's OCs and Rose's OC are very cool, and Chad has never played Genshin and is kind of wanting to go into it with knowing as little as possible.
He doesn't even know gliding would be faster.
Venti is going to make an appearance, and I'm very looking forward to it. Venti is my favorite. And it's going to be my Venti. But yeah. So those are all of our announcements. That's all of our fun stuff coming up. Matt, hand it off.
That is my name.
I'm handing it off. Downset Hut. Hand off.
Oh, you're handing the ball to me?
Yes, I'm handing the football.
Well, funny thing you should mention that because there is a member of our party who's almost the size of a football. McKenna, tell us who you're playing tonight.
That was good.
Hello, my name is McKenna Ray Tynan, and I am playing Avi Avi, the Batfolk Witch. Not quite actual size, slightly larger than this, but very small. Yeah, that's me.
Well, thank you very much. And moving on slightly up sort of the evolutionary chain, we go from bats, but still the next stage is still fuzzy and furry. We've got Erin. Who are you playing tonight?
Hello, I'm playing Aerith, of course, a cat person wizard. Yes, a cat folk. And meow, as they say. Welcome, Stray. I am actually excited to play that game too. I have seen a lot of clips from it, and I want to play as a cat. That's my dream. Go ahead, Will. What were you gonna say?
I'll put the trigger warning out there. If you don't like seeing cats in pain, or like just animals in pain in general,
Oh no.
They do a really realistic job at a couple points, and it broke my heart.
It's not like they're like cut or crushed or anything. The cat limps sometimes. It's not graphic.
Oh no.
I saw that
It's
scene.
just-
and
it's
It's
very
sad, but
sad.
it's not like you don't have to go to doesthedogdie.com.
I know, but like some people also don't like that, so I'm just putting that content warning out there.
This isn't a JoJo show where the dog always dies.
Well, to make an end to my conversation while Will was doing the whole introduction, I was drawing a minion. So apparently I specialize in minion art. So here's my attack minion. There you go. Ta-da!
What?
That's
How
amazing.
did we get here?
I don't know.
Aaron,
It's I'm just surrounded by my minions every single day.
That's true.
Send me a picture of that via the Facebook chat so I can show my father. He unironically loves minions.
Will do.
And speaking of small, debatably cute things that are in fact somewhat dangerous, PJ, who are you playing tonight?
Hey everyone, my name is PJ. I'm playing Benji the Basenji, Magus Shuni. Does the dog die? We'll find out. My HP is low, and I got nowhere to go. It rhymes, so you know it's true. And I'm just a good boy, just having a heckin' good life, doing stage magic for all my friends, and I think that's really about it.
Yeah. And speaking of friends, which is what you might call people who are in a cult with you, Will, who are you playing tonight?
Cultists are your friends until they try to sacrifice you to some sort of eldritch being. Tonight, I am playing Igura, the Gripply Summoner, who is incredibly excited for the Dark Archive book that's coming out and the entire chapter of cult options that I am going to be seriously looking at grabbing. Because fitting. And I'm also playing Gama and Choco and whatever else I end up pulling out of my back pocket to summon.
And for those curious as to the amazing discipline Zoe is showing by not moving at all, she is practicing an amazing new meditation technique that allows her to transcend her mortal body. She's actually just recovering from, I think, getting a wisdom tooth out. So she is here, but we're not going to force her to communicate and hurt herself.
Yeah.
All four with, oh God. Oh God.
Maybe in
God.
the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Oh.
Oh, I haven't done
And
bone
two
grabs.
bone grabs.
Well,
Jeez.
everybody put a T in the chat for teeth.
So after,
Yeah, I'll do that.
after
Because remember,
stream,
you're-
Tea.
I have to tell you
Jeez.
I gotta tell you a real good story after stream then.
And remember,
You will
smiling is
appreciate
just
it.
showing smiling is just showing off your skeleton to other people.
My shiny teeth and me.
Me.
Shiny teeth, shiny teeth.
Anyway, and finally, and absolutely least, because I meant to fade into the background, I am Matt, Urbanoff on various places on the internet, and I will be running these crazy peoples through various adventures, and hopefully not into a sudden grave.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you. But I think that's everything for introductions. I will do the recap after the intro, but speaking of that, Will, pull that ripcord.
Let's hop to it. One.
I'm not even in Canada.
Go ahead, Matt.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. When last we left our group of students/adventurers hailing from the Magambia in the Mawagi Expanse, they had finally confronted the leader of the criminal underground in the city that surrounds the school, Nantambu, a rather brutal and ruthless Gripply by the name of Frog Legs, though they think that's probably a kind of pseudonym, like a stage name. They had battled their way through various minions, through a crocodile trap, managed to sort of make friends with a eco dragon, which is a neat sort of like small kind of winged serpent dragon kind of thing. They appealed to its ego very well and used a combination of invisibility and the summon to completely avoid the combat in a way. So that was very well done. And then they battled through the boss themselves, Froglegs, and their Hexer or Jinxer lieutenant. And Froglegs, seeing their one minion kind of felled and being on their last legs, dropped their weapons, gave up. And just before we left, they made some sort of cryptic comment about Magistrate Mayor Asanda. And now you guys just have Froglegs kind of wounded and their legs kind of banged up, which is the reason I'm giving for why they just run away. Just sitting on the ground, hands in the air, just going, hey.
All right, well, I can transfer Froglegs pretty humanely and, safely if we want.
You mean in Gamma's belly? Is that what you're talking about?
No, not in Gamma's belly, in, Gamma's mouth, sticking out. I do it all the time, and I hop in, and it's like a weird frog centaur. Look.
That is possibly the most horrible thing I've ever seen, and I had to cut off a guy's fingers one at a time once.
Frog centaur.
Why would you do that?
It's surprisingly
because he wouldn't tell me what I needed to know after he backed out on a deal.
That doesn't seem like an equivalent exchange of things. Fingers and information seem like very different.
I never said it was equivalent.
Who has the manacles again? I think it's time for the manacles.
All right, here.
Respectfully.
Just
kind of lazily presents her arms.
I don't want to.
Oh, behind.
It's kind of uncomfortable if you put them behind the back. It's a little bit unhumane. What?
I mean,
Do
what you guys.
inhumane?
You guys have burned down my operation here. Do what you're here to do.
Yes, I look forward to picking up the ashes of it. All right, here we go.
Yeah, good luck with that.
All right, so I think we're supposed to take her to the chime bearer.
Yes, but before we take Froglegs to the chime bearers, let's also grab our other friend.
The dwarf?
Yeah, Kobo.
Oh, okay.
Froglegs looks kind of like, what, you guys aren't even gonna gloat or anything or pontificate about justice and how I should, have turned from the path of violence or something like that?
No.
Not really. We don't have time for that.
I mean, you did a bad thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I getting in the way of your day plans?
Kinda.
You're kind of our end of term project, if I'm being entirely honest with you. This is essentially for a grade.
Yeah, we're just students. We're not even in the law.
I'll admit that kind of stings.
Sorry. Here, we'll let you. You don't gotta walk, and I'll put them like on the front part of Choco with me, and like that. There you go.
Let's take a look in here real quick. I want to take a look around.
You want to take a look in the hut?
Castle, yeah.
Yeah. All right. You guys do find crates and boxes full of what you assume are stolen goods.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, not a whole lot of value necessarily. They're probably just being moved from like buyer to buyer or something. You do find like a couple of receipts and what appears to be some complicated contracts or stuff from the art gallery you guys visited.
Yes.
But most specifically, you find a strongbox under a hammock.
Okay.
Strongbox, oddly enough, has no lock on it.
Is it trapped?
You can certainly check if you want.
Thievery check or perception?
Can I use detect magic?
I would give you either. You can also do that. Detect magic detects no magic, I can tell you.
28.
You determine that it is, oddly enough, not even locked. It's not trapped. It's not locked. And it was, really not that well hidden. It was just sitting under the hammock in a way.
All right, I'll pop it open.
Inside the strongbox, you find 400 gold pieces in various gems.
Ooh.
Especially, they seem to be predominant number of emeralds.
You're coming home with me.
Us.
A bismuth leopard's wondrous figure.
Yes.
Oh, is that something special, McKenna?
Yes, it's the figurine that the ghost was like, you stole my figurine.
I'm so happy you
Now
remembered
I'm
that.
bitter about it, and
Yeah.
now we can put that man to rest.
Yeah, you guys
Oh,
can.
yeah.
You can put a capstone on the
Yeah.
poltergeist case now.
We can put that thing back where it came from, so we can help them.
Also, you find a Warcaller's Chime of Blasting. This is a magic item. It is worth 250 gold pieces. The Nantambu Chime Ringers created these magical chimes to aid in their defense of the city. You've actually seen people higher up, sort of in their training for the the Sun Sentinels. I can't remember. Is that what it's called? Training sometimes with these. Each chime is made from elaborately carved wood depicting the nature of a given chime's power. This one, you activate with 2 actions. You ring the chime, unleashing its magic. This chime features carvings of destructive runes. When activated, it creates the effect of a 3rd-level sound burst centered on you. Instead of the spell's normal range, it has a 5-foot emanation. In addition, creatures that critically fail their save are knocked prone by the chime's effect. You can use this chime once a day. So if you get surrounded, you whip out this little ding, 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 and everyone around you, poof!
Sonic C4, if you will.
I do like the fact that it's only a 5-foot emanation, so it's less likely to hit your allies than a lot of AoE spells you drop on yourself.
That's true.
Yep.
Well, nice. We'll put these in the list later.
I sometimes wonder if I should have been an adventurer. That way, no one would have looked twice if I, beat people up and take their stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You're
It has its perks.
You're trying really hard to guilt us here, but we're kind of just like doing stuff, mate.
I'm not trying to guilt you. I literally do not care.
Okay.
Also, this belonged to a guy, and he's been dead and just hanging out as a ghost in a house stuck because he didn't have this leopard, and you've just been keeping it in a lockbox. You didn't even sell it. You didn't even have it on display.
Wow. I don't care.
I think it's a good thing maybe that you are going to jail.
I really think that this is kind of like it's the meeting of 2 energies, and they're both apathetic. So, maybe this is a chance for you to turn your life around. You said you want to be an adventurer. Maybe you can be. Go to prison, become a guard.
Join the Pathfinder Society. They don't care.
Yeah, they let in literally anybody.
Oh, Ophelia is typing. What could Ophelia be typing? I'm going to ask, PJ, are you actually trying to make, an argument? Are you trying to convince Frog Legs of something?
Absolutely. I want them to change their ways and get a new job and have a new lease on life. Do I care if it works? No.
No.
But you know what? We're here. Let's give them a new path.
If you'd like, if anyone wants, if you want to do a similar thing, you can give me a diplomacy check.
Sure.
I don't suck at these.
Oh,
32.
That is a 19, which that can't be right. There's plus 0.
Natural
no,
17
plus 10.
plus 50. Nicely done, Igra. So,
No, you have a plus 10 on that, PJ.
out of curiosity,
I
Will,
see.
Yeah.
this is a good diplomacy check. You rolled quite high, so you're making a persuasive argument, probably without a whole lot of necessary sarcasm or like. What you don't have to really do a speech or anything. But what are you saying to Frog's Legs that
life can offer you a lot of choices in it. And one day you can be sacrificing people that wandered through your swamp to some sort of deity in order to gain their favor, and the next day you can be going to school and making friends. Life gives you options to turn around your life and change it up when you want to, and I think you have an option here. Listen, you've been part of a Gripply mob. You understand how criminals work. You understand how they think. That could be really useful in a lot of places. That can be useful for adventuring. That can be useful in crime stopping. Maybe not with a police figure, but some sort of community watch. And you have opportunities here, right? This could be a really good opportunity. Yeah, sure, Criminal Empire didn't work out, but maybe Baker. It sounds like you have pretty good taste in food with the dragonflies you were going after. I saw those things. They look crunchy AF. They looked really good.
Crunchy.
And you guys notice this whole time, Frog Legs has been acting, as PJ pointed out, very apathetic, very dismissive, very sarcastic and everything. In hearing that little speech from Igora, Frog's Legs actually says nothing and just kind of looks thoughtful, and they just kind of turn their head and kind of stare off into the jungle a little bit. They do look thoughtful. You know what? After everything's said and done, I do appreciate that once you had my handcuffs behind my back, you didn't just, push me into the water and kill me in the horrible, sewage water. So let me tell you something. My people have fed me some little whispers that the magistrate mayor isn't exactly who he appears to be. Quite different, in fact. It's been like that for some time, ever since the flood, I think. It's not just that he's hiding out, shirking his duties. He's been making secret trips across the city onto the Magambia campus. At least he did, but he hasn't been recently. Apparently some opportunity he was pursuing just dried up, it seems. And just taking a look around, I get the weird feeling maybe you guys had something to do with it. Unless there's another group of, trouble-causing students from the Magambia, I don't know. Also, worth noting, just as a word of warning to you, people who visit Asande's Manor just disappear. Trust me to know what it looks like when you're disposing of people who threaten to expose you. I bet he's a lot more like me than you think. And that's all you get for free.
Well, that bodes well for us.
No, actually, we've been kind of a little bit suspicious of him because he doesn't seem to be allocating funds to other people in the flood. And that seems at least a little bit shady to me. But that's true about his visits to the Magambia. If I'm remembering correctly, Matthew, out of character,
Yes?
he visited us.
No, you've never met him or seen him.
Who was the guy who gave us... He gave us a potion of water breathing and a chest.
I don't actually remember that. Was it after a specific mission?
It was in book 1.
Yeah, I can remember
Ooh.
that.
I don't think he's even mentioned in book 1.
Oh,
Book 1, your adventures are almost exclusively on the campus, underground. You do a couple of shopping trips, but it might have been a teacher or someone who you did a thing for that just sent a favor along. I think he's pretty exclusive to this book.
Because like I also remember there was someone across the river that we made
Yes.
perception checks for. I
Yes.
remember that, but back in book 1, because I've been here a minute.
Yes.
But I don't think we
that's
ever.
exactly who I'm talking about. I could have sworn it was
Yeah.
the mirror.
I will look that up. I think I'm now sort of remembering it, but I'm not sure. I think it might have been like a merchant guy.
Yeah.
I can look that up a little later, but I will tell you now, it is almost certainly not irrelevant here.
Asanda, one of the 11 mayors of Nantambu.
Oh, then it was him. You have a better memory than I do for that.
He gave us potion.
To be fair, that was actually probably before the flood.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what happened with the flood? Did it uncover a conspiracy?
Well, if what Frog's Legs is saying is true, all right, I kind of want to like connect some dots here. Okay, so we have this dot, right? And then we have the dot of the surprise snake people that we found hanging out in campus pretending to be students. And then we have this other dot of those snake people going around pretending they're students in public. And I'm just saying, right now we have some dots. If you connect them, they kind of make a line.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Are you suggesting that maybe the mayor is trying to create some sort of bad faith campaign so that he has some sort of rights to shut down the Magambia? Because I don't know, maybe he wants us gone because we're in the way of something.
It's old man Jenkins from Scooby-Doo.
I mean, it sounds like a very
It was the mayor.
That sounds like the type of thing a politician would do.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But why though? I mean, we're literally just a magic school. If we had something that he wanted, couldn't he just write up a paper that just he could just take it?
Well, maybe not. There are 10 other mayors.
Checks and balances. Checks and
Checks and
balances.
balances.
Speaking
Yeah.
of those, I'm going to go and have Gamma grab the dwarf for us.
You open the curtain, and he is gone.
Ah.
You do notice grooves on the ground where he sort of caterpillared his way stealthily out of the room.
He can't have gone too far.
No, but they do lead to the jungle, where the
Yeah.
tracks kind of disappear.
Believe
Do
me.
you want me to track him down?
Oh yeah.
I do very well in the jungle. It's one of my favorite terrains. I have a pretty decent survival. I could track him.
Do you want to take Gamma with you?
Somewhere in the distance, Ophelia is also saying track him down.
All right.
It is worth noting.
It's like I
my
can almost hear
familiar-
her voice still.
It's worth noting my familiar does have the scent ability.
All right, let's go break his knees.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I mean, that's a bit
Oh.
extreme, but
Ophelia's done a great little emote in the full 20 chat.
It's a
She
nice
has put
little
an
cat
evil
face.
cat face. Yeah.
Determined.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You guys
yeah.
want to track Kobold through
Yes.
the forest?
As long as we don't also lose frog legs in the process, like make sure she's.
Well, here's,
Well-
here's what we can do. I can send Gamma with you, and I can keep Frog Legs with me. Like, I can deal. It's fine. I can deal. I can stay here with Frog's Legs. I'll send Gamma with y'all so you have a little bit of muscle. It'll be okay.
Maybe Ophelia can stay with you too.
I'm not going to kill Frog's Legs.
I'm just saying you might need more people.
So
feel
I
like-
want to
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay.
Would Agate pick up any scent?
You can certainly do a survival check with Agate if you want.
Hell yeah. Hell no.
Can I attempt a survival check with
Sure.
my sniffer as well?
Sorry,
Good.
Bob is of no use here.
Oh, thought I was better than it was. Oh well,
It's
there's
good
nothing.
moral support.
I do have
exactly.
Yeah, it's not very good. I do have Lord Jungle.
I'm just
Which
going
I-
to point something out here before you get too far along. Both Agate and Benji take a big sniff, and immediately like, oh, the sewage smell.
The
Oh
sewage.
God, we forgot about the sewage smell. Oh God, it's like sulfur. Oh, you stuck your head in the porta potty. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, you guys don't think by scent you're going to be able to track anything around here.
Is it possible that I can pull a nature check to find any tracks?
That would still be survival, but you can
Survival?
I mean,
Yeah.
Ophelia got a 20.
She did. You very quickly find the tracks that lead to the edge of the jungle. Give me a perception check. Oh, okay. You do see something actually glint a tiny bit in the fading sunlight at the edge of the forest where the tracks kind of disappear into the underbrush. Ophelia finds, appears to be an old, very weathered little badge that sort of looks like a snake.
A snake?
Yeah. Does anyone want to give me a society check?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
do.
I'll do it as well.
God
all
damn,
right,
I am
so-
blowing poop.
Benji and Aerith. Aerith, you read about this in the book. Benji, you once had an encounter with some travelers who you happened to note under their cloaks wore these badges, and you remember what people in your village told you to stay away from these people, that they were sort of bad news. They apparently were members of an organization known as the Aspis Consortium.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
So this is an old badge.
Well, by Igra's explanation, it doesn't sound like a very good thing to run into.
Fuck
Yes,
the
you
Aspis
recall-
Consortium.
Yes, the Aspis Consortium are like an opposing organization to the Pathfinder Society, and are viewed as, while the Pathfinders cause problems sometimes just through their methods, the Aspis Consortium go out of their way to cause problems and are not good people usually.
I see.
They tried to destroy an entire isekai world. They are bad people.
I mean, they're good people if you maybe want to make money off, stealing stuff.
they
Oh.
They seem evil for the sake of being antithetical.
yes.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
I mean, have you
There's
ever
profit
met a
involved,
libertarian?
profit and power.
I mean, there's always profit.
Oh,
What?
God.
McKenna, you're getting an
Open that
extra
can
hero
of
point
worms
on
up.
Wednesday. You get an
What did
extra
you
hero
say?
point on Wednesday.
That
I
the
said,
Aspis
have you ever
Consortium-
met a libertarian?
I love it. They show with a bunch of snakes, like, look, I'm fiscally conservative, but I'm technically a liberal.
I'm culturally liberal.
I'm cultural, and my culture is liberating your life from your body. And my fiscal
God.
conservativeness is conserving all your fiscal gains. I'm a libertarian.
Yeah, you had the chance to just defend yourself, and I've killed you. That's just how the world works.
Yeah, get good, noob. I outgamed you. What?
But yeah,
And
you get the
thus-
impression that at some point he might have been a member of the Aspis Consortium. Either that, or he's a very long-term member that really hasn't paid much attention to keeping his badge in good repair.
Interesting.
But you think it would be a bit of an effort to track him through the jungle at this point.
All right. I suppose we'll make it back to the Chime Bearers with frog legs.
Whilst
right.
they're all away and left Igra with frog's legs,
Okay.
he just kind of looks and says, so, like, do you ever get the feeling that just because you are a Gripply, like, every single person now looks at, like, Gripplies in general in this city like they're going to break their knees? Because that happened so many times in the last couple weeks.
To be fair, I think I kind of, encouraged that.
Yeah, I know. It was like every single time I walked into a place where someone, like, had dealt with you, they're like, oh god, it's a Gripply. And I was like, fuck. Anyway. And then everyone comes back.
Froglegs kind of looks at you and just says, there was a time where I trusted the people around me. There was someone very important in my life. And because the two of us trusted someone else, she died and I was left alone. And then that same person tried to kill me later on when I became more popular than them, apparently.
I could see that happening if I could
I,
see
I
Ophelia.
understand I understand that I may have, just had a bad run of experiences, but it can be hard to trust after that.
I get that. I could totally see some of the members of this group killing me if I became more popular than them. Oh, hi, Ophelia.
I can't see it, but I can see Zoe's look.
I can feel it through the screen. Also, speaking of Zoe, Ophelia did want to make one last perception check. She rolled a 29.
On the jungle?
Yeah.
Okay. She thinks in the distance you can hear the sound of a river, so it's very possible he also got away down the river. So
That's DM for leave it alone. He's gone.
kind of.
Drop it. You
Yeah.
get nothing. Good day, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, we took his stuff.
But you guys are going to return Frog Legs to the authorities. Okay. So you guys have arrested Frog Legs. You turn to the Chime Bearers, who, last you see Frog Legs, they look a little subdued. They're not defiant. They're not quippy. They're not, being sarcastic or anything. They just seem kind of thoughtful. You guys, your words may have had an impression. You guys return to Janatimo, and they are quite pleased with you. He explains that he's enough of a realist that Frog Legs might have enough clout to bribe their way out of custody. They might have, several officers on their pay. But now that you've arrested them, you have essentially sort of broken the mystique of Frog Legs' kind of invincibility and ruthlessness. So they're not going to have the most ironclad grip on the underbelly that they did have, even if they do escape.
You won't want to have an ironclad grip on an underbelly. Maybe people change.
He listens to you guys explain, the talk and how the effect it had on Frog Legs, and he's extremely pleased by this. He points this out specifically as the epitome of what he hoped students of Magambia would do. You guys passed that DC 24 check, so
We made this criminal organization croak.
We made evil disappear.
Yeah. Do you guys share anything that Frog Legs told you?
I will share what I was told, but I think the conversation about the person she lost in the betrayal of trust was only Igra.
I was really more referring to the stuff about the mayor.
Yeah, no, I'm telling him about the mayor. Absolutely.
For
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Blabbing like a something who blabs.
Yeah, no,
blabber.
Aviana does not know how to hide anything to save her life.
Yeah. I'm not a Pasenji. I'm a blab, and I'm just gonna bark it all.
Also, just as a fun little thing, you guys, if you guys had really tried to pursue the dwarf into the jungle, I was contemplating killing him.
Yeah.
there's no explanation of what happens to him if he gets away. So,
Maybe he's leading a better
Jenna,
life.
not this guy, I don't think. Janatimo is a little surprised at Frogleg's implications about the magistrate mayor. He has known Asande as far more responsible than he has shown himself in the last little while. And the rather outlandish sounding implications have gotten Janatimo thinking. So, it's a theory that the Magambia can't really look into at the moment because getting involved in local politics is something that has to be done very carefully, because the whole balance of like the Magambia's sort of semi-independence in the city and this, the city that surrounds it is always a very delicate balance. And so any sort of stepping on each other's potential toes really has to be carefully done. So you guys aren't going to rush out right now and like, Mayor, tell us what you know.
Right.
Yeah, but he promises he's going to look into this for you.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a possibility that the flood, I don't know, came with some sort of ghost or a spiritually possessive creature of some sort? Since the change in behavior is so extreme?
If that were true, I think one of his trusted retainers or his staff or even one of the the servants would have brought it to someone's attention, or there'd be rumors swirling around, but there's been almost no word about what has actually been occurring in the mansion, like not even how the repairs are going. It's the only remarkable thing is that they are still not complete. That's really all we've heard. Admittedly, again, also really asking a lot of questions and prying into magistrate mayor's affairs can be seen as impolite or even possibly like you're trying to scheme, which is something especially the Magambia's leadership and staff really tries to avoid.
Of course, but we're not hearing any rumors coming out of the house that he's changed, but have we been hearing anything coming out of the house?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
We may need to contact our local representative soon.
Oh, yeah.
I will look into that.
Mm.
Y'all want to go lay a dead guy to rest?
Yes, please. Janatima, look what we found. We found this jaguar. It has rainbow gems all over it, and we're gonna give it to a dead guy, and he's gonna be really happy about it. And he's gonna finally, finally.
I think that is wonderful.
Pass on.
If you want to do it while there's still daylight, please feel free to head out. I will get started on the paperwork that I've never bothered to, bother you guys with after all of your missions.
That is greatly appreciated.
Yes. And by me, I mean one of the people who works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what TAs are for. Let's go, team.
Exactly.
Igor, you realize one day that we might be TAs, right?
Yes, and I'm very much
What do you
forward
What do you think you are now?
That's fair.
Students?
But I have such tiny hands. The paper is about as tall as I am. It would be much faster for someone else to do it, and she leaves.
I have the attention span of a dog. Let that sink in for a second.
All right. You guys head over, and the house is still kind of spooky, but the poltergeist does recognize you. You present, like, I don't know, on a table or something. You probably can't hand it to them. The figurine, and for a moment, the air goes completely kind of still. The chill kind of leaves, and there's sort of like a presence you sort of feel behind you. Guys turn around, and the ghostly figure of this person who was essentially murdered by their friend in this sort of terrible contrivance in an accident is there, but they're looking much more like they were in life now, and it's less like a cold kind of specter. Is kind of just a gold kind of visual echo of the person who smiles sadly, closes their eyes, their shoulders just kind of slump in relief, and they just sort of fade into the light. And you guys have done a good thing. You have helped someone who should have reached the solace of the grave a long time ago, finally let go of their sadness and their regret. So good on ya. In a way, this is almost more impactful than taking down the Grippling mob.
Go us.
Go us.
Yeah, you guys have earned a good rest tonight. The word has gotten around of your exploits in the underworld, and there are a few students around the campus who want to bring you guys like snacks and drinks and raise a toast to you and everything. So it's never really occurred to me. It doesn't come up very much, but you guys have started hearing rumors about a on-campus bar that is somewhere hidden. And
I just walk to Cesare's room and knock on their door.
Hello?
Cesare,
Yes?
open the door.
Okay. He opens the door. He's wearing like some sort of like smock, and it smells, of boozy in the room, but he's got like little goggles on and everything, and you see one of the big copper apparatuses in the back is gently steaming a little. Like, yes?
I want to have a talk with you that Essie would not approve of.
Oh my. I mean, Igor, I am flattered, but I'm not really looking for a relationship right now.
I know you're still getting over Kiara, but we gotta talk here.
Oh, oh! Now you have brought down the mood. You have a talk with him, and it turns out he actually has no connection to the on-campus bar because, as he points out, supplying a student bar in a school would be way too much work for him.
Yes, but he would probably know where it is.
I mean, I could be persuaded.
Cesare, we saved you from a magical painting that was draining your life force.
And you have persuaded me. That was fast. So I'm just gonna move back to the campus map because this might be helpful.
Also, while I was gone, why is my boy like Jesse from Breaking Bad? What is happening?
He always had a little bit of booze in his room. Now he's just started making his own in a very experimental way.
Yeah.
He at the moment he has kind of thrown himself into his hobbies to distract from other thoughts.
I swear to God, there's like a bald guy at the goatee who's like, Shazari, we need to make the gin. I'm gonna flip. What the?
I mean, technically speaking, Igor is bald.
Plus in this instance, Igor is the one who knocked.
He is the one who knocks. He is the danger. Yeah. He does almost eat people.
Yeah. So it turns out, you guys, there is a section in the Leshy Gardens. If you go deep enough into the woods, and you guys want me to narrate this as you actually explore it?
Can you give me a little ping on the map as to where that is?
Leshy Gardens is actually very close to where you guys live.
Okay.
It's
I was gonna say, didn't we train there?
Slightly. You had the fighting mech tournament with the Leshy mechs just in the field outside of it.
The Mecha Leshies.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I remember the practice fighting there. Yeah.
You guys, do you guys want to check out this student bar?
Yeah.
I couldn't hear you, McKenna, but the facial expression sold
yes.
it. So you guys venture a little deeper into the Leshy Gardens than as usual. You do get a few funny looks, side glances from some of the Leshies who live there, which is, half the reason people don't go in there very often because, it feels like you're intruding. But you find a little path with what appear to be tiny, almost like Avi-Avi-sized little lanterns in very conspicuous colors hung like Christmas ornaments on plants that sort of lead a path. And eventually you push your way through some very dense shrubbery. And inside, there's like a ring of like 8 trees. And in the middle is a clearing with some tables and a whole bunch of crates that sort of form a circular bar in the middle. And there are strings of these little lanterns all above. It's an open air bar, essentially, in the middle of these woods, concealed behind all these bushes. There's a few students here. None of them you really know from the dormitory. You may have seen some of them on campus, but no one like on a first name basis. And a few of them are sitting at tables, talking, having some fun. A few people are like playing cards. It's a very chill kind of student bar. It's not like a club.
Mm-hmm.
There are some leshies running back and forth, and people are like giving them like tips of like single gold coins, which they just seem to like putting in bags and shaking. They don't seem to necessarily, see them as monetary value. They just like the sound metal makes when it clinks together.
I have no idea why anyone would find monetary value in things that just like make funny noises when you shake them around together. Can't relate to that.
That is like that is like catnip to these leshies.
Mm-hmm. These are my dice, by the way.
They love them. They love the little musical.
I dropped one.
There's nothing like in their normal environment. There's nothing quite like the sound of metal, kind of clinking together.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about McKenna's shoes, it says so.
Do your shoes rattle or something?
Hold on.
McKenna has dice shoes.
But
I saw a picture of that. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that in real life yet.
oh my
Holy
god!
crap.
Oh
They are
my god!
fabulous.
Next time we
Wow.
go to roguelike, wear those bad boys.
Okay, will do.
Then you kick
All
someone
right.
and they all turn to a d20, all turn to a nat 20.
And then you
can
crit,
walk
and
on
then they dead.
D4s.
Yeah.
Then they explode into coins like in Scott Pilgrim.
Man, I need to watch that movie again.
I think I own it. I got a press screening for that. I don't remember how.
Leshy Bar.
But yeah, you guys, you can spend the evening. A few people do sort of recognize you and offered to buy you drinks. Yeah, like in recognition, a few people have had, issues with, the criminal element, like they've had their pockets picked or they've been shaken down in an alley sometimes. So to hear that, it's not a permanent solution, but to hear you guys stick it to the criminals, people are more than happy to buy you a couple drinks.
Thank you. I would like 1 thimbleful of coconut liqueur, please.
All right. There is actually one of the bartenders is a Nick Terran, wearing like a little newsboy cap.
Oh, it's adorable.
Hi.
Hello. Don't worry, we got plenty of thimble-sized glasses. And he's like,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's so cute. Aerith is just watching the bartender and Avi Avi just like she's drinking her drink, her thimble, and Aerith just thinks it's the cutest thing in the world and just kind of like watches in awe.
One of the bartenders comes up to you, Aerith, and they put a little bowl in front of you of liquid, and they say, "From the gentleman over there." And across the bar, you see a striking catfolk with pure white fur, and almost sort of like I think the breed is called a Maine Coon, where the hair is very swept out, and they're wearing like a jacket over a vest, and the vest is open in the front, so they've got like a big poof of white fur, like chest hair sort of thing, and they've got striking kind of orangey yellow eyes, and they just smile at you, and they tip their own little bowl that they're holding, like how people drink sake in movies sometimes.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Aerith takes this notion very how would you say, like, is it gratuitously graciously takes the offer very graciously, and with her animal like instincts just right in the bowl, and then of course the catfolk across the table does the same thing, just kind of simultaneously, just bows, clinks, and just
It's tradition.
It is tradition, yes. And of course, by the time passes, I think Aerith and that catfolk have probably like gotten together, talked about some things, and maybe have pushed down a couple of milk bottles throughout the night.
Yeah. They're very fascinated. They've heard a little bit about your kind of adventures around campus and the like, and they've been meaning to like come and talk to you because there's not a whole lot of cat folk on campus. The climate's not best for them sometimes, apart from like ones that are more like sort of like the leopard and the jaguar kind of cat folk. He finds the heat quite overbearing sometimes, which is why he likes coming here, because there's a lot of shade. But he asks you lots of questions about your adventures and stuff, and seems like a very good conversationalist. They like ask questions all the right spots and look impressed when you want them to be impressed. And they ask like what you're studying, like questions about your group of friends and everything. Catfolk are curious by nature. They like to know things, like to hear stories and everything. So
I have 6 lives, you have 3 lives. It's the type of conversations that we do have. We exchange how would you say, like, it's not emails, but it's like pen pal information.
Well, now that you have met, you can technically, if you can find like sending or message or something. Though I think one of them requires actual sight, but
right. Maybe I'll just make Bob work overtime.
I mean, I'm here a few nights a week if you ever want to come and talk.
Sure thing. Nice to meet you. What was your name?
Oh, my name? This is a little embarrassing. I was apparently given a name before my parents knew I was going to be a boy, so my name is Tulip.
Tulip. I think that's a very wonderful name. Aerith, very nice
Thank
to
you.
meet
My
you.
parents also thought because they didn't change it once I was born.
Tulip. So really quickly, Bob is my little mouse companion. He's not a well, he is a familiar but not used in combat. Um, and I gave him my eye of sight, so I found him and he was blind. And so I gave I believe my right eye of sight so he can see out of his right side. And I'm blind out of my right side. I can see out of my left side, but he's blind out of his left side.
You know what?
Very cute.
I know this might be a little presumptuous, but I know we just met tonight, and I feel a bit of a connection. I hope this isn't too presumptuous. And he reaches down
Danger.
into his pocket, and he pulls out, one of the beads that you guys have that you have in Megami that sometimes you get for like classes or achievements and the like. But this one seems a little less like official looking. It seems to have been carved out of a soft wood, but then painted slightly. And you look, and it's actually painted into like a tulip head, or it's made into a little tulip head.
Oh, that's so cute.
I have a bit of a hobby with woodworking and painting and the like. I don't talk about it a lot. It's not something that a lot of people at the Magambi are very interested in. It's not magical in any way. If you want, I would be delighted if you would take one. I have, and he shows you he's got like one on his wrist along with a few other beads, including one from the Indigo Hall. And he says, I would be honored if someone as adventurous as you would carry one of my creations with you.
Aerith has of course, she feels the energy from her friends just kind of like staring at her from across the table.
What are the other people doing while you see all this is going on? Aerith's been sitting here talking for a while now.
Avi's oblivious because she's talking to the bartender who we have not had a name for yet.
No.
I'm probably just gonna order a drink.
His name is actually Shadow.
Oh.
Yes. He's a little embarrassed by it because it's like it always seems a little dramatic, and I'm not like a rogue or anything like that. I'm an alchemist by trade. That's how I sort of got here. Though I got to tell you, at a school like this, unless you're working with specialized equipment, being flattened by a bottle falling over is a lot more a common problem than you'd expect.
Oh, don't I know it? That's in potions class. It is a constant danger.
I know.
I have my own special, smaller set of potions, so I've been asking the teacher if I can just use those and scale down the recipes because it's really not accessible to people at our height.
Yeah. What is like Igra, Benji, and Ophelia doing? Ophelia, feel free to put it in the chat.
Well, once Benji has a drink, Igra kind of like steps over and like after walking over to the bar. Matt, Igra would like to buy a keg for the night.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Make a diplomacy check.
I will pay full price for it, but I want to do something fun with everyone.
Okay, you know what? They're a little reluctant to let so much of their stock go at once, but you made a good diplomacy check. Now, here's the question though: are you looking for like a keg of ale, keg of beer, or something really strong like a keg of spirits?
Just something alcoholic.
Okay, they're gonna give you a local ale.
All right.
It's not terribly strong, but it's sort of like an IPA. It's very nice on a hot day.
I will put the 5 gold for a keg of ale down.
Okay. Did you look that up?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I have that memorized.
Okay then.
I have that table memorized for reasons. I'm going to just put that down at our table. I say, okay, Benji, once everyone's done, I have a game for us to play.
And
okay.
Ophelia, I see your thing in the chat. I can just imagine her sitting with like a drink with a straw, arms crossed, and just like staring, but not in a in a respectful way.
What are your intentions with my cat friend?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their tail, which actually has several gold bands on it, is slowly swishing.
Oh, I feel like.
Oh.
Do you remember that scene from the Fantasy High where it's like Emily Axford, describe a sexy rat to me right now? That's the vibe I'm getting from you describing this cat.
Long lashes.
Yep.
I can imagine this cat
A single
smells.
gold,
like
a single gold
Farrah
ring in the
Fawcett
ear.
I can imagine this cat smells good. It's
Oh,
like,
they smell like a rose garden.
yeah.
Not a tulip garden?
I don't think tulips have very good smell, do they?
That's okay.
They're
They
just
smell like
pretty.
Flowers. They smell good.
Well, they apparently like roses.
Maybe they smell the way a tulip garden looks.
But all right, so PJ, what are you doing right now as Igor is getting his keg and everyone else is enjoying their drinks or the company?
Oblivious to the cat love, I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna go, okay, bartender. I put my big hand down. I want a pit bull. That's what I want.
A kind of like young looking half orc with his head shaved maybe a little too strictly, like, I'm sorry, what?
Yep, pit bull. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to pour half a glass of an imperial dark stout. You're going to want to mix in chocolate. You want to put just a shave of it though with a little bit of orange bitters. You're going to top it off with fireball. Pit bull.
He just kind of looks at you like, fireball, like the spell?
No. It's a cinnamon whiskey. No.
I think I need to get my manager.
Okay, then how about this? We'll go simpler. I want a Jack Russell. It's basically just like whiskey and
like,
lemonade.
Do we have a Jack Russell here? Is anyone Jack?
No. Okay. Can I get a Chihuahua? It's 2 parts Mezcal, 1 part one part Red Bull.
I really think I need to speak to my manager.
Okay.
Shadow, and like the Nictarian, like, just a moment, and he lands on the half-orc's shoulder, like, oh, what's going on, buddy? Is your first day going all right? He's asking for a lot of drinks. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. Have you looked at the flashcards? I completely forgot about the flashcards. Oh, that's okay. The Shadow kind of looks at you. You'll have to forgive Jorgu is his first day.
Oh no, it's okay. Everyone has a first day, and I get it. These are some very esoteric drinks, but when you're a Basenji, you have great taste in the boozer hall.
The half orc's face kind of like, at the mention of the word esoteric, his face just kind of like goes through a bit of like fear. Yeah, you'll have to forgive him. He's a druid. He's minoring in druid stuff, so he also doesn't know a lot of big words. But he's a hard worker, aren't you? Yeah, I work hard. I like the dirt.
Well, I like dirt. Sometimes when I'm feeling too itchy, I just roll in the dirt. It feels good. My back feels better.
I like that too.
We should be dirt friends.
Okay.
Yeah, we go play in dirt. It'd be fun. We'll talk about dirt things.
He very slowly makes you this world's equivalent of a what was the last one you asked for?
A Chihuahua, 2 parts Mezcal, 1 part Red Bull.
Yes.
Oh my god. The last thing Benji needs is Red Bull.
Red Bull in this world is called Dragon Tail.
Dragon tail.
Ah.
Dragon tail, dragon tail. I'm gonna fly high on
All
dragon
right.
tail.
We're gonna circle back quickly to Aerith. So out of curiosity, Aerith, I got lost there where there's a lot of things going on. Did you accept Tulip's hand-carved bead?
So Aerith is just very curious about items that she's, of course, is given to her. So she takes it, but very kind of like reluctantly. But, of course, she wants to try and meet more new people that are part of this campus as well. Since she is still a new student, of course. So the only people that she knows is the group of people that she is with. So I think it'll be beneficial that she tries and, of course, networks around and maybe meets more cat folk this way as well.
The only real remarkable thing picking up the little bead is that it is actually quite light. You feel like if you drop this, it wouldn't even like make a sound on a wooden floor necessarily, and you could lose it very easily. It's made of a very light wood, apparently.
Oh, okay.
It is painted very nicely, though. It looks like a real miniature tulip head.
With the dry brushing and everything.
Oh yeah, maybe a little
Contrast
ink wash.
lining.
You put a lot of work into this little head of yours.
I mean, you have a hobby you're passionate about. You devote a lot of time to it, and it's sort of a like a positive feedback loop. You put more time into a thing, you get better at it, and you enjoy the results more. So you keep doing it.
And Eric's tail just kind of swishes a little happily and swayly, a little bit more than when she just came in, which was just kind of down.
Give me a perception check, Aerith.
Uh-oh. Where is... Sorry, give me a second.
That's right.
Very small monitor. There it is.
Ooh, 20.
It's nothing bad, actually. You just sort of notice when they start talking about their artistry, their craftsmanship, the sort of almost sort of air that they were sort of putting on, like the charm, sort of just kind of falls away for a moment. And in a good way, they almost seem a little more nerdy.
Aww.
It's just like, people get talking about their hobbies and the like, and they forget to put their chest forward and, flick their hair back and forth. Sometimes they just start talking about their hobbies.
Oh, that's very nice. I like hearing how well my character and Tulip are doing. It's very cute. And then I believe that they just kind of get lost in the conversation while everybody is chatting away and enjoying the bar, enjoying the nightlife as well.
Yeah.
Since I believe it's going into nighttime, I would say, right? Yeah.
Though now I believe there is some keg action that is going to be happening.
I mean,
That's right.
I think upon Igor seeing everyone kind of doing their own thing and enjoying their time with other people, Igor just kind of gets the hint. And after the first 5 minutes kind of waiting around, he's just oh, I mean, I don't want this to go to waste. Gamma. And then Gamma grabs the keg. And we do this behind one of the trees, out of the party's view if we can. Gamma just grabs the keg, picks it up, Igor taps it, and Gamma just puts it on Igor's mouth.
He shotguns a keg?
Shotgun.
Oh my god.
He's gonna shotgun a keg.
Okay, now hold up. Mechanical question. When he takes damage, you take damage. Are you about to get as obliterated as this frog is going to get obliterated?
Yeah, we're going to need some fort saves here.
Yeah. Because, the fuck, my guy? That's insane.
No, I think you misunderstand. Gamma's not the one holding the keg. Gamma's not the one drinking the keg. Gamma's the one holding the keg.
So Igora is shotgunning
drinking the keg.
My question still stands. Is Gamma gonna get absolutely wasted?
How many fort saves do you want, Matt?
Sorry?
How many fort saves do you want?
Let's start with 1. Let's see what happens.
As this is happening, Aerith kind of catches a glimpse of a shiny object behind the bushes. And it's a keg floating right behind, and she kind of looks at it and just questions it.
Yeah, I'm drunk on my 3rd chihuahua, and I'm very amped, and I'm just like, what's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? Wait, let's go.
You hear Shadow whisper to the half-orc, I think he's had enough. Start just giving him water. Okay.
Thanks for the video. Gripply is attempting to shotgun a keg right now.
All right, so the first few gulps, you're handling things pretty well. You want to keep shotgunning the keg because you're going to start taking things. Oh,
wow.
Igor has the iron gut.
Oof. Yeah, he does.
All right.
God damn. With a nat 20, I think that's that. That's a nat 20.
I feel like GM, may I, upon seeing, me being a little drunk that I am and completely blitzed on Dragon Tales, it's me seeing my friend doing this, can I start, I don't know, doing a whole show about this? Doing a giant performance, prestidigitation.
Ladies and gentlemen, and babies of all babies, welcome to the Iron Gut Igora as he's drinking all the booze. Igora, Igora.
I want the legend of this night to live on for this frog man.
You see one particularly reedy-looking elf who had been sitting in the corner, sipping like a single glass of wine the entire time, with a whole bunch of books on his table and quills and stuff. He kind of snaps one book closed to looking at things happen, and he pulls out a scroll and a quill. And he's like, oh, and he starts apparently writing like an epic recount of what's going on here with great flourishes. You see like ink flying off the scroll as he writes. Give me a performance check just for giggles.
Just for the giggles. This is worth burning a hero point on. So if this does not work, I will certainly do that. And I believe.
I mean, you're not trying to beat into DC. We're just seeing how well it goes over. Oh,
all right. Now, I think technically it's 31 with the feat that I have. 31 or 32 with the feat that I have.
It should be 32 with the feat you have.
Yeah.
And the legend of the Iron Gut begins to circulate throughout the campus.
I think.
Not helped at all by, the bar staff encouraging this to help drum up business. At some point, you feel like during the rest of the evening, Igora, as you're like trying to like, catch your breath.
The second I'm done the keg, Gama just puts it down, and like Igor just kind of mutters to himself, probably quietly enough that like only people like close by would hear. Maybe no one in the party. He's just like, that should dim my emotions for a while, and then they just head out.
You look over at Igor at one point to like thank him for it, and you're like, oh, and you start like, am I seeing two? At one point, actually, as like an hour later or something, a teacher actually does sort of appear in the bar. They just kind of look around at everything that's been transpiring, and they give a wry smile. They just turn to the side and look up at like nothing and say, it'd be a great time for students probably to get home and get ready for their classes the next day. And they just turn around and leave.
No, I'm for sure taking that. I grab something, I throw it on the ground and go, scatter! And I just start running like in the exact opposite direction I should be running in. Mm-hmm. And then I wake up in a field somewhere in the morning with nothing but a stranger's shoe and a lot of questions.
All right.
Igora has to do their daily workout still before going to bed.
Tulip, by the way, Aerith.
Yes.
They get like bring on like some sort of like stone in their pocket at some point, and they have to excuse themselves for the evening. And they hope they've got a lot of studying to do this week, unfortunately, so they're not sure if they're going to be able to attend the bar kind of gathering again this week. But they hope they see you again.
Yeah, and they, of course, sort of shake each other's hands and just kind of lingers for a moment and then just lets it go. And hopefully, mostly because Aerith is sad to maybe not see them for a while and just became just very good buddies.
Yeah. They excuse themselves and disappear into the foliage.
Eyebrow waggle, eyebrow waggle.
You can't see my eyebrow
Ophelia,
waggles, but
you were totally the good friend in this, and you make sure everyone gets back. Also, at one point, Shizeri comes just to check on you guys as well, and he helps also get people back.
Thank you, Ophelia and Shizeri.
Shizeri brings a hat and puts you in it.
I love you so much. They're nice.
Shizeri also actually makes sure that before you guys actually go to bed, that a lot of you drink a fair amount of water.
Good idea.
Igora, he actually forces you to drink a strange concoction of his.
Hey, I think I handled abandonment fine, Shizeri. It was okay.
Yes. Yes, you did. Much better than I did.
Yeah.
And he, gives you his
Hey,
special
wait, I
anti-hangover potion.
I just start walking towards, I'm assuming this is Shazare's room. I start walking towards the painting.
By the way, do you just, I've always wondered about this. Do you keep Gamma just out at all times?
During the day, yes. I can't
Okay.
keep him out when I'm sleeping, but, essentially, Gamma's like my brother. My brother that I put in mortal danger on a regular basis.
I mean,
Oh,
what are you gonna
like
do?
every
mean,
sibling.
What else is family for other than setting off traps for you and getting shot with arrows for you?
You're right.
oh.
Right, but at the same time, if he dies, you die. So really, it's just you're just putting yourself in danger,
Yeah.
and you're using your family proximity as a crutch.
Yes, but if I don't feel the physical pain of the arrowheads going in, it's okay because it's just bleeding a bit.
Well, we don't have time to unpack all of that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Come the next morning, everyone who drank to their enjoyment last night, please give me a fort save.
I will say that Eris didn't get any sleep. She
Despite
Very
Shazare's best efforts, Igra wakes up feeling like there are a team of tiny gnomes working with hatchets inside your skull.
Nat
how the
20 for
mighty
Eris.
have fallen.
Aerith, you were barely drinking, so you're fine.
actually I was drinking quite a lot and
Oh.
I didn't go to sleep because I was
Oh.
just kind of sitting at a window and just kind of staring mindlessly into space and all the stars.
About a certain someone.
But
Charlie-
thinking about a certain someone, but come the morning I actually make breakfast for everybody.
Some fried food.
Because some
Thing
food.
with carbs.
So that way some people of course have something in their systems.
I mean, if you're
Yeah.
never sober, you're never hungover.
I think that
Well,
if I were to sober up right now, my years of alcoholism would literally kill me.
Yes, I see.
I
people-
think with a 25, you and I should both be fine.
Oh yeah, we're fine. We're absolutely fine.
Igra, however.
Hi there.
Yeah.
Hey
everyone.
Igra, how's it going?
I'm feeling
I made
amazing.
you your favorite breakfast.
Oh, thanks, Aerith.
I brought you your favorite bucket.
It's-
right
listen,
here.
It's fine if I'm going to die from this. I'm happy. I died doing something I loved.
Drinking?
Not
Yeah.
feeling emotions?
I feel like that would be the safe answer, Avi. Yeah. All right, let's go get in a fight.
Okay.
I
With
mean,
whom?
Make sure you eat first.
I mean,
Uh.
I've never really eaten breakfast, Aerith.
Aerith just marches over to Igra,
He's
grabs
speaking
open
his
his
will
mouth,
right now.
and just shoves
Shovels.
down the food inside of his mouth just to make sure he eats, and
This is-
closes his mouth and shakes his head, and then just leaves it at that.
Don't shake his head when he's hungover. That's that's death.
I'm fine.
Shazari walks out. He sees Igra like, oh, it's okay. All right, the potion didn't work. And he rummages around in his pockets. He pulls out a wand and he thwaps you in the head with it like McKenna does with his fan and casts Cure Poison.
It's just like, you see, magic.
Yeah, but this takes a while to recharge, and I kind of wanted it for myself.
Oh, I
he
got
kind of
you.
like
Oh.
turns around and leaves.
How much do you want for another wand? I could probably spot you for it.
Oh, just that hand, and he goes back to his room. As you guys are sitting down for breakfast, a note is brought to you by one of the staff of the school, and it is from Janatimo. But it seems to be written in a kind of a more casual kind of note than most of the assignments you guys have got. It says, "This task isn't the most exciting that I've given you, but that makes it no less important. Besides, I think you are owed a few quiet duties. I need you to go to the home of a Goanna the Carver to pick up special commemorative carvings of the 10 magic warriors for an upcoming ceremony. Goanna has been working with the Magambia often in the past. Her craftsmanship is stunning. and we're excited to put these carvings on display. Please retrieve them and offer Guana the Academy's deepest thanks. They've already been paid for in advance, so you don't have to worry about money changing hands. He writes kind of in the margins at the bottom.
Good on them paying their artists.
Apparently, all of it up front, too.
Yeah. Yes, Ophelia, I agree with you.
Well, let's get a move on just to make sure everything's in tip-top shape.
Hi-ho, Choco.
I'm going to move you guys to the woodcarver's house. All right. So I will try and get y'all on the map. Aerith.
Meow.
Benji. Igara is already on the map.
I don't bark at you.
Ophelia. Avi. There we go. Snap to those squares. Guana has decorated her low home with ornate wood carvings. Using a wooden ramp and a long lever, the stout halfling hefts a large carving onto the back of a wagon with 3 others as you approach. Greetings to you, she waves, wiping her forehead. I hope your school enjoys my latest work. Apparently they just can recognize students in the Gambia. Like, I've been working with them for a long time. There's a way they carry themselves.
Is it a bad way?
Oh, no. There's sort of a spring and adventurousness in their step, assuming, school life is going well. Sometimes people have kind of like sunken shoulders and the like, oh, their exams didn't go very well, or, ooh, they turned their friend into a fish.
Oh.
Fun.
Oh, that's happened
That's
before.
fun. I wouldn't want to be a fish.
So yeah, you guys reach the hut. There's like all sorts of wood carving supplies. There's like stacks and piles of all sorts of different kind of wood. There's like crates full of tools and the stuff, and they have a nice kind of modest sized home. Business seems to be doing well for them.
And you said there was a cart?
Yes, there's a cart, and 3 of the statues have already been loaded onto it.
Iguro will say, do you want any help loading up the statues?
You know what? Honestly, I would appreciate that.
Right.
I don't mind, moving things around the workshop here and now, but moving these all at once has been a little tiring.
Yep, we got you. Gamma, help him out. I'll start getting Choco hooked up to the cart for us, y'all.
So Gamma, as you approach the cart, please give me a perception check.
Sure thing. We'll do the team Igara, Choco, Gamma.
Ikara, so you walk up to the cart, you kind of lift one of the statues, put it right in the cart, and you're sort of like face to face with it now. And you pause. Looking at the statue, something is tickling in the back of your head, and you kind of shake your head a little bit to get through the morning fog. You sort of recognize the style of this carving. And you think, where have I seen this before? And something comes to you. This looks very similar, though not exact, but very similar to the wood golem you faced in the storm house on the campus. At least in terms of the artistic style. Yeah.
Hey, excuse me, just a quick question for you.
Yeah, yes?
You, do golems here, by chance?
Do I make golems?
Yeah, like wood golems.
Oh, I'm afraid no. I don't possess the magical aptitude to animate any of my work.
Hypothetically, could someone turn one of your statues into a wood golem?
I mean... Oh. I never really thought about that.
Did some Magambia students come here asking for a wood golem from you a wood statue a while back?
Not Magambia students. I mean, I put together some pieces that a sort of full body kind of carving in various pieces, but that was for a friend of mine, Magistrate Mayor Asanda.
Oh, no.
Is there any paperwork for this?
Well, no, it was.
Do you have a receipt?
Yeah, he's my friend. I don't usually do paperwork for my friends.
Ah.
You know, like I work hard to cultivate good relationships with people, and once I feel comfortable with them, you know, they pay me up in advance, and I don't get them necessarily sign anything. I've never really had a problem with it. Some people tell I'm a bit too much of a trusting person, but
Igor just like puts their arm on their shoulder for a second. All right, I need you to listen to me very carefully right now.
yes.
How many statues are loaded up right now?
Well, these are just sort of almost like busts. They're not even. They're like you look at
Yeah.
these would be impossible to make into
But
golems
do
because
we
they would
have-
just they're solid pieces.
Do we have all the merchandise, or do we have to continue loading still?
Uh, Let me just check something. I think it was. Yeah, it's the 10 magic warriors, and only like with the help you just did, there's only 4 on the cart.
So I'm going to finish loading these for you. I want you to
Okay,
pack a
thank
bag.
you.
I want you to pack like a to-go bag, like with like a couple changes of clothes and some toiletries in it. And we need to get you somewhere safe for a bit, okay?
Out of curiosity, while this conversation is going on, what has everyone else been doing? Ophelia, please put it in the chat.
I'm probably looking around the shop for like bits and bobs and like
There are so many bits and
there's
bobs.
so
There
many
are
bits and so
there
many
is a
bobs.
veritable menagerie of carved wooden animals of all sizes. There's an elephant that's like your size.
Oh, I think she's less interested in the carvings and more interested in like the tools that would facilitate such a technique.
Lots of very well maintained tools.
Yeah, she's ogling those and admiring.
You were rolling a lot of nat 20s tonight, Tigura.
It's me.
As you are sort of instructing this, for a second, you think you see a very fast moving cloud. And then a shadow passes over, and you kind of look up because it was all just sort of the corner of your eye, and something is zooming right down at you guys. And we are going to be, I think, rolling initiative.
Oh, snap.
Ah,
I was just about to detect magic, which I don't think
Let's
would have helped.
see.
But
As what appears to be a giant eagle being ridden by an elf dressed in dark colors. So give me a second to open up the thing.
I got a 14.
All right, so oh good, I didn't mess up. They're still using perception for initiative. Nairu gets 28. And Krikos.
that was select and
Oh, did I not have Krikos selected?
do
I
it
did.
right.
No, I did. What happened there?
That one down. There I am. Sweet. Okay, cool.
That's odd. Let's try that again. But I did roll a 32. There we go.
Ooh.
Oh, good.
All right, I think that's everyone. So I'm going to descending.
You just hear Igor yell, "Kill the bird, leave the elf only."
All right, give me just a quick second here.
Okay.
So they are actually going to come down over here. I'm going to come down over here, and actually, Krikos is going to delay because Nero is going to be jumping off onto the roof and then is going to run along here. They have, how much is their movement again? 30 feet, so that should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One back from there. And as they run, you see they have a short bow in hand. And they are going to... Who is close to... Oh, it's Gamma. So they are going to fire a short bow at Gamma. Composite short bow. 35.
That will hit and crit.
All right, and...
What spells do I have access to? I have access to...
Here's, for instance, over here, the poison needs to be applied, so there's no poison this turn. But that is going to be 16, then piercing damage on Gamma, I guess, because that's Gamma right there.
Okay. All
right, and then we go to... Because jumping down off the bird was a single action. And then, yeah. Then we're going to move to Krikos. Now, Krikos, interestingly enough, has very specific orders to about Goanna. Problem is, they were not briefed what Goanna looks like. Now, Goanna is I believe, a halfling, right?
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier.
Now, halflings are small creatures. Who in the party is small?
Oh, technically I'm tiny.
Okay.
I speak.
Oh, wow.
How did I speak halfling?
The halfling was speaking common.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing. Kriko has very specific orders about what to do. Problem is they don't know who Goanna is, and they see two people near the target area who are both small, and now the thing's going to have to make a choice. Okay, then. Krikos is going to... What is their fly speed? 60 feet. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's fine. They can make it there. They're going to fly to there with a single action. And then they are going to hit you with their talon attack.
No, they're not.
That's not going to hit. They're going to try again. Second attack.
Dodge and weave.
22.
That will get me.
All right, so that's 17 slashing. And unfortunately, I don't have an action left, so I can't do the grab thing, right?
It's fine.
Or is it because it's plus grab? Does that just happen?
Plus
I still have
grab,
to make it...
plus grab, you need to use an action. If it was improved grab, you wouldn't need to use an action.
Okay. All right, so that's turn. Ophelia, what are you going to want to do on your turn? I'm assuming you're just going to want to do Bard Song and something.
Song.
Bard Song.
Excellent. All right. Dirge of Doom. Okay, 30-foot emanation from where Ophelia is. That will get the bird, I think.
The bird.
Bird is right in one. That leaves you with one action, Ophelia.
The anticipation is killing me.
Dispel weapon. All right.
Ooh.
And the last spell used was enchantment, so that means
Enchantment.
your
Mental.
weapon mental damage, I guess, then. All right. That moves to Avi Avi. Benji, you'll be up next.
All right, I am moving here, and I am popping a lightning bolt to hit both dudes.
Now, keep in mind, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're 25 feet away and then up a little bit. So we'll just say 30.
It's a 120-foot range, I think, line.
Okay. Yeah, they're in a line. So yeah, that works.
Oh. I guess
Oh, sorry. Ophelia was short bow on the elf. Let's see. For narrow, 27 to hit. That's a very good natural 15. 27. Let me just check on narrow.
28 because of Bard Song.
28. Unfortunately, actually, no, even with Nibble Dodge, with the 28, that will hit exactly.
8.
So just let me check. That was 7 piercing. All right.
8 mental.
Thank you. Okay. And then we have Lightning Bolt, which is reflex save 24. All right, so we'll do Krikos first because they're sort of right there. Yeah, we got you, Ophelia. Thank you very much. 24.
Oh.
It does meet it.
Not 10 electricity.
Oh, what about the dirge? The dirge?
Does Dirge affect reflex?
Isn't it frightened?
Fear? Yeah, does fear
Fear
affect?
should affect everything, right?
Fright affects everything.
All right, so it'll fail that. And
21.
Nero is not within range of the fear, but we'll see if it matters.
Mm.
It wouldn't have mattered. It's almost like assassins are really nimble. So Krikus is going to take the 20 electricity. They're not going to like that. 21, thank you. So I'm bring this down to.
And Naru will take half.
Naru will take half, which will mean 10.
You add +1 for Bard Song after you've tapped it?
I think you add 1 and then you half it. So it rounds down anyway. Benji, you hold on. Did you have one other action, Avi?
Oh, that's it. Moved.
All
and,
right.
Moved and spelled.
Benji and then Aerith.
All right. So for some reason I can't see the map, so I'm wondering.
That might be because of me. No, you should. What the? This roll 20. There you go.
There we go. Oh, thank you so much. Makes my life so much easier. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can move somewhere where I can flank the bard.
Benji's turning on us. He's flanking the bard.
Let's see, that's 1, 5, 10, 15.
Benji was a evil spy all along.
I think 25 feet gets me here.
Are you remembering every second diagonal is 2 movements?
I think
yeah,
that's
I knew I
programmed
was
in.
missing something. Yeah, I'm gonna try
I
it
think
again.
that's programmed into roll 20.
It should be programmed into this game, Matt.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's an easy way to check.
5. You can probably get to like here, I think, if you
Right
want.
here. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't put. Does that put me in flank with anybody?
Well, actually, I suppose
so.
you could go
Go
through
on.
Ophelia. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Yeah, you could. I mean, with Goanna, but I'm not sure Goanna's gonna fight.
I mean, Gowan is still threatening. Everyone.
It is true.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take
Right.
it either way. So with this thing being flanked and being frightened, hopefully this AC will be low enough that I'm going to sudden bolt spell strike.
Ha.
Okay.
And let's go. I guess I'm gonna roll to hit first with the +1 striking returning card dagger.
Ooh.
So that is going to be a
30.
30. Yeah, it's gonna be a 30 to hit.
Hits but doesn't crit.
Interesting. Wow.
So
Okay.
6 damage. So that's gonna be.
And so let's see. I guess let me get the spell strike activated. Where the hell there's spell? There it is. Sudden bolt. 1 action. Sudden bolt's 1? No, it's not. What? Whatever. Anyway, sudden bolt.
Ooh.
Okay, so that looks like that's gonna be pretty spicy. It's gonna be another 31 electric damage. I think it has to make a saving throw, but it's because I was successful hitting it. I think it's 1
degree
rank
more.
less.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
30.
So if
Damn.
Okay. So that's a success. So it's a fail. So it takes 31 electric damage.
Yeah.
That's something. So movement, spell strike, and that's my turn.
Aerith.
37 damage.
And then Eager up.
Yes. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray on the big old birdie and try to singe its feathers. So I'm just gonna take a small little step here and bada bing, bada boom.
Oh, actually, hold on. Was that
Oh.
a reflex save?
Yes, it was.
So here's a bit of a thing. Your effect from the spell strike turns it into 1 less.
Yeah.
But when he rolled on a reflex save, his initial roll was a success.
Yeah. So
And he has a rule that when he rolls a success, it becomes a critical success.
Oh. What if, well, no, okay, with even the frighten, that's a little interesting. Okay, so then I guess.
But here's the question, though.
Yeah.
What comes first in the order, essentially? Does your thing act first and make it a failure?
They become a critical success, and then it becomes a normal success. So,
So he would have taken half then.
Yeah,
So you've
so
taken half.
16.
So,
All right, so I'll give him 15 back.
okay. Man, that is a lot of math.
Yeah. Nimble birdie. Sorry, yeah, Aerith, go ahead.
That's okay. Yes. So Scorching Ray, and that is a 1, 2, 3 action, and then probably cast Magic Missile for the rest of my actions.
Well, are you doing 3 actions, Scorching Ray? Because then that's your full turn.
Actually, no, it's okay. I'll just do 1 Scorching Ray at the moment.
All right. Well, just to let you know, the 18 also doesn't hit.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. It's fine.
All right. So you have 2 actions remaining then. Do you want to use them for Magic Missile?
Sure, why not?
All right. So those will automatically hit, and you'll get the benefit of the Bard song. So just roll Magic Missile twice.
Watch out, Birdie. Here we go. Pew, pew. Ah, the other one didn't pew. The other one didn't pew. Pew.
Well, just 2. You did get 2 pews.
Oh, did 2? Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Sadly, they were both exactly the same roll, but a total of 6 damage.
Sucks. Yeah.
So back down to what it was before, almost. All right, Igora, and then Sneaky Elf.
All right, then. For Igra's first trick, I'm going to spend 1 action and heal myself with Battlefield Medicine for 24. Boop. Perfect. And then I'm going to... I'm going to not use the spell. I'm going to command Choco. And Choco's going to take a Talon. A 30 on the bird.
Bird on bird combat.
Bird on bird combat.
30 will hit, but not crit.
Okay, so that'll be 9 bludgeoning damage to the bird.
Okay.
And another Talon. 24.
Give me a quick second. All right. 23.
24. Bard song.
24. That will hit just because of Bard Song.
6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
That's 1, that's 2, and that leaves me with 1 action left, which Igra is going to finally make use of the weapon that he had commissioned for him from their new blacksmith friend. And I am going to punch this bird in the face. Natural 20.
Okay.
Wow.
For your 5 bludgeoning damage.
Yes.
In the bird. Okay.
Yeah, just...
Congratulations on your animal cruelty.
It is trying to eat me.
It's actually not trying to eat you. Naru.
Or that.
Give me one quick second here.
I'm very proud of that punch.
Okay. Oh, I could be really mean here, but I'm not going to because that would be mean. Nero is going to spend an action to apply poison to their weapon.
All right.
And then they are going to fire a short bow at... let me see, what's the range of my short bow? Range of coming 60 feet. He's going to shoot it at Gamma again. Wants to finish the job there, professional. Did that work? Yeah, we go 34.
Oh, that will crit.
Okay. So that is going to be 22 piercing damage on Gamma.
That's
and let me just see. What is the
forward
poison?
save.
Yeah. That's odd. Doesn't actually say what the poison is.
What is the poison's name?
Hold on. Oh, it's a sleep poison.
Ooh.
Actually, no, hold on. It's got 2 poisons. I'm just going to use the simple injury poison. So it's another 2d4 poison damage.
Well, assuming
So there's no save involved apparently.
Oh, all right.
Actually, hold on. Let me press the button here. Nope. Just
well, simple injury poison.
hold on.
It must have. Unless this thing has rogue levels. Yeah, it might have rogue levels. If it's rogue levels, then yes, it's just 2d8, 2d4, and then that'll get doubled.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the poison for Gamma. The poison
10
specifically.
poison damage.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Kill
it doesn't
Gamma.
have any. It doesn't have any amazing effects. It's just damage.
It's just damage.
And then they are going to just fire a non-poison one at you. 32.
Crits.
30 and also 32 piercing damage. Then.
I'm still standing.
Yeah, you're not flat-footed, sadly. Just making sure I didn't miss anything else. No. All right, then we go to Krikus, who is going to make a talon attack at you, Igora.
Go for it.
19.
Misses.
All right. It's going to make
Yeah,
it's going to make another
another
talon attack.
I just booped your snoot, bird.
All right.
Frog and weave. Frog and weave.
You know what? It is going to spend its last action to fly directly up 60 feet in the air.
Keep in mind, flying straight up is difficult terrain.
All right, well, he's going to fly at an angle then.
Okay.
Over
Which
here.
angle does he fly? That way? Down.
Away from, yeah.
Okay.
Going to regroup a little and use the ability I forgot to use on the first turn, where it's essentially has barbarian skills. Ophelia, you are up. Spire, yep. I like how we can still communicate.
Mm-hmm. Bard song.
Yeah, we might run a little long tonight.
That's fine.
What else you got for us, Ophelia? Oh, you know what? I completely forgot about the halfling. Because they don't actually have a... Do they have a profile with stats? They don't. So,
Just have
I mean,
them
you
run
could-
inside and take cover.
Yeah.
they're not going to run inside because that brings them close to the assassin. They at the start of this, they are going to they'll take after the assassin team, and they're just going to run over here and hide behind you guys. Ophelia did Inspire Courage and Catchy Tune, 60-foot emanation. Is that going to catch anyone?
I don't think you're close enough on.
It might catch the assassin.
I mean,
Oh,
Zoe
it's
can
60
always...
Yes, it'll
Oh, you know what? Never mind.
It'll catch Nero. But the distance combined with the fact that the bird was going kind of at an upward angle means they're probably out of range, but the elf is not. So that is going to be a performance check against the will DC. Please roll us a performance check then, Ophelia, for the elf. 17. So what is their
Do you want to
will?
use your hero point on that? You got a 3.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Natural 18. That will be... Let me just double check. Is that... Not quite a critical success. Because their will is actually 14 plus the 10, so that's 24. So it would be a 34 to get a crit. But success, the target takes a -5-foot penalty to its speed for 1 round. All right, you have 1 action left, Ophelia. Because I don't think the performance check counts as a separate thing. Just weapon, free action. The last spell you used was Abjuration. 16, I'm afraid, will not hit anything. Avi, you're up. Benji, you'll be up next.
If I were to move, say, like here, would I be able to hit both of them in a line? 'Cause I know
Where would you
he's
be
higher,
moving?
but so is I think here, because a line going to here would
Well,
be fine.
The problem
Matter
is
if they
the
have this-
bird is actually technically higher than the elf
Hmm.
by
Well,
at least like 30 feet. So you'd have to be like at a higher angle from the bird to go downward arc to get them both.
Yeah. Well, shoot. That's
Yeah, Ophelia, they're at least tapping their feet.
Mm.
Tap, 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 which is not a great thing for an assassin to be doing.
Well, shoot. I think I'll move here. I think that'll put me in range. To do Needle of Vengeance on Birdie.
Okay.
I'll do it against. Oof. What do you think? Well, Igora or Gama?
He's only been going after Igora. I don't see why it would change at this point.
Yeah, I'll do Igora then. So Needle of Vengeance against Igora. And then with my last action, can I use Discern Secrets and learn some things about our assassin friend?
The assassin specifically?
Yeah.
Are you just looking to do a Sherlock scan of them, or are you trying to recall if you've ever heard of them?
I will take any information I can get.
I think you have to pick one.
Mm.
So it'll entirely depend on what kind of information you're looking for.
Well, I think the most important thing would be who sent him.
I would assume the mayor.
Well, we can't assume that though. If there's anything on
Well,
him that would.
if you want, you could roll a society check. Admittedly, this is potentially an assassin or a hitman or a mercenary, and the likelihood of you maybe hearing of them, because you don't really run in those circles, will be pretty low. So you'd need probably a really high thing to know anything about them.
Interesting. Well, I'll give it a shot.
All right.
I shouldn't have given it a shot.
This is the literal devil themselves come from the darkness to strike fear in the hearts.
Yeah. That's my turn.
Benji, you're up. Aerith, you'll be up next.
Mm-hmm.
And you are muted, Benji.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure this out. So for clarification, the Scorching Ray spell, I can attack the same target multiple times or no?
I think so.
I think it has to be different targets.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Scorching Ray. You fire make a spell attack against a single. For each additional action you use when casting a spell, you can fire an additional ray at a different target.
Yeah, sounds
So
like
maximum
you only
of
fire
3
one,
rays
right?
targeting 3 different targets for 3 actions. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's best used against groups.
Yeah. It's better than what it used to be where you could tag one person with multiple bolts, and that got pretty hairy pretty quick.
Yep.
Okay.
Magic
that's
Missile gets kind of steamy when things do that. That's
yeah,
my
Magic
thing.
Missile, especially in this one where you put at higher levels, it's just more bolts for everybody.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to target. Out of curiosity, can I see the assassin?
Yes, they've been shooting arrows and stuff. They're blended in pretty well with what little shadows they are. You get the sense that they're good at this job, but you can make out that they're there.
Okay, then I'm going to activate. I'm going to use Scorching Ray. Yes. Now I will click the spell. With 2 actions.
Okay.
I've actually specified that in the thing. So the first one will be, I guess, to hit the bird in the air for 20?
Okay.
21.
For
21. Thank you. 21.
21, I'm afraid the bird pitches and yawns, if I understand my air terminology, and it dodges the ray.
Oh, does the Dirge of Doom still affect it, or has it been
No,
ended?
it passed.
Okay.
Actually, technically, it keeps going, but now they're out of range.
Okay. Well, son of a, I can't
Plus-
hit a thing.
It wasn't. It wouldn't have helped anyway.
Yeah, and the 17 to hit the assassin elf.
They just tilt their head slightly, and it dodges.
Yeah, and my last action, I'm going to activate Shield Cantrip because I don't even know what I'm doing this round. My God.
Aerith, you're up.
Yes. I'm just gonna keep the magic missiles going to my lovely feathered friend up in the
Oh
air.
my.
Nice.
Okay.
Now, Aerith, are you going to cast that at level 1 or level 3? If you do it at level 3, you get 6 missiles.
Really now?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do it. Level 3, if it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have third
So
level spell
6 of
slots.
them. Oh,
Right.
okay.
Very slowly and deliberately. Press magic missile 6 times. 1, 2,
2, 3,
3,
4,
4.
5, and is the 6th magic missile.
28 points of
Alright.
force damage.
28 in total.
Yes, 28. That is including Bard Song.
Oof. This thing is looking like almost like a plucked turkey. Igora, you're up.
All right, 2
That thing
action.
smells like chicken.
Heal myself.
Yeah, it's looking very low.
Boop. 1 action. Have Gamma move to here.
Because sadly, Ophelia, there is no rules for extremely wounded things not being able to fly. You have to impose a status condition on it for not to be able to fly.
Have Gamma move to there. For reasons.
Okay. For reasons.
For reasons. And that's me.
Okay. All right. Nero is going to go. Nero is going to apply poison again. Is going to fire another short bow at Gamma.
Go for it. Crits.
That is going to be 10 piercing damage, and if it crits, that's going to be a 6 poison damage.
Yep,
Then.
so 46 damage in total.
Yes, and sorry, with the crit, it would be 20 piercing.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Oh.
And then a second, because I didn't double it when I said first. Yeah, 20 piercing and 6 poison damage in total.
Okay.
With all the doubles. And then is going to fire a non-poisoned composite longbow shot. 19.
That'll miss.
Oh, and you know what? I forgot. There's also a deadly D10 on that first one. 8 additional precision damage on the composite short on the first
still
one.
Up.
All right. Krikus, who is like sort of 30 feet up in the air, I guess, because they had to go at an angle. They are going to use... they look kind of like they've kind of gone blood mad. They're so hurt, and they're just kind of reverting to a very feral state. And you guys have seen plenty of birds at this point. You've seen, griffins and the like, and you've seen them like they're birds of prey and everything. There's something wrong with this bird. Its kind of fury and bloodlust seems unnatural, and you can almost see maybe its like eyes are glowing a little bit. It's on its last legs, but it's sort of like in a frenzy now. And it is going to use Eagle Dive.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this lovely bit. So it has to fly in a straight line.
Yes.
Meaning I would go right over Gamma passing me.
Yes. What's your reach?
5 feet, but if I am right there and Gamma is there, it has to go within Gamma's reach to get to me.
No, it has to go in a straight line. It can stay 10 feet above you. As long as it ends up in a straight line.
Okay, well, then fair enough. Do what you will.
Because I want to do this thing well. Let me do this thing.
I was going to let you do it. I just wanted to get my AO. That's why I moved Gamma there. So I could block the line.
You don't understand, Will. That would be preventing me from doing the thing. It has 1 hit point left.
Okay.
Well,
Let him have this.
Then it's
That's
going
fine.
to die immediately,
Go ahead,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beak attack.
It does have to make a
28.
It has to make a will save though first.
That's true.
Well, I guess
It's on the
Critical
hostile-
success.
Fuck.
Wow.
You talk too much, Will. You talk too much.
I'll take 24. That's fine. I'm still up.
Yes, but it is now also getting to make its grab attack.
Okay, but where is it? Where is it on the map right now, Matthew?
It is right there. It is next to you.
It is next to me.
Yes.
So it's making a grab action next to me
Yes.
with the manipulate tag.
Doesn't
Yes.
say it anywhere. Manipulate.
The
Give me a
grab
check.
action.
It's doing snatch. But no, that's actually a different thing.
Interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually this is kind of pointless because it's the last thing and it won't be able to take you up in the air and drop you like I wanted.
Well, it still has
So-
to try to grab me with an athletics check.
Well, no, it'll just be dead. Don't worry about it.
On impact.
I will take this from you, Will. No, go ahead, make your attack.
Yeah, let me. I move things to protect myself strategically, Matthew.
You activated his trap card.
Yes, and I wish to punish you.
27.
No. Yeah, it's dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I killed
And
your
actually,
pet,
Will,
dick.
I gave this to you, Will, because technically it should have fled.
Fair enough.
That's what this guy is about
but
to do, huh?
Ophelia, it is your turn. And Avi, you'll be up next.
How many hit points?
Oh god, this is gonna take a while because you guys have barely hurt this guy.
Inspire courage.
Inspire courage. Oh, good. I can get rid of one character sheet. Thank you for that, Will. You have made
You're
things
welcome.
easier for me. Oh wait, I can minimize this. Excellent. Ah, I feel so stupid though. I should have done the 2 move and an attack on the first turn. That would have set this whole thing up much easier. I was so excited to grab you and fly up 80 feet in the air and drop you.
That's fine. That's what feather falls for.
That's
have
what,
feather fall?
40 fall damage?
I mean, you are technically correct. That is what Featherfall is for.
Feather falls for. I just don't have it.
Technically correct. The
Featherfall.
best kind of correct.
Yes. Inspire courage. Yeah. Dispel weapon. Short bow. Sorry, Ophelia.
Woof.
Woof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't know if he's in range of.
No, sorry, Ophelia. They're up on a roof. You're nowhere close to them. They meant to do a short bow attack.
Gotcha.
I understand, Ophelia.
Oh, these rolls are killing me.
I mean, to be fair, she's not a melee class.
She has a plus 12 to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's pretty bad then.
Yeah.
Avi, then Benji.
Great. Since I'm shooting up at the roof, a lightning bolt would miss Gamma. Yes, because it's up at an
Yep.
angle. Hell yeah.
It would. If Gama had hair, it would raise his hair, but I don't think Gama has hair yet.
Not
Hell
yet.
yeah.
That takes a special elixir. Reflex save, you say, right?
Yes.
Crit success.
Damn. Well,
Reflex.
that's a waste of a spell in a turn. I don't think I'm within. Yeah, he is exactly 1 square too far for me to do Needle of Vengeance, huh? I mean, I guess I could try another knowledge check.
Or you could
you'd like.
You could also step forward the 1 square to be in range of Needle of Vengeance next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
That's my whole turn.
Okay, Benji, you're up. Aerith, you'll be up next.
Okay.
Okay, so I am not trusting RNGesus, so I am just going to spend one of my third spell slots, level 3 spell slots, on Magic Missile, on shooting this guy. That means that 6 missiles coming at him with 1d4 plus 2.
Yep.
I'm just going to click this bad boy. And I don't know how to heighten it on
just-
that sheet, so...
I'll just add them as you go, so just click it 6 times. So 3.
Okay, I'm using 3 actions. I don't know if that's using them all at once or not.
Yeah, it's all
Will.
6.
Will,
Okay,
fastest math in the West.
3.
All right, so I have to roll. I have to click it 6 times?
Well, 5 more now.
Okay.
But yeah.
5 more. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3,
8.
4, 5. Last one, 6. Add 1 to all the damage.
30
each
points.
one. 30 points. Ha
Wow.
30 points.
30 points. All right, I actually have to do math now.
Woo! I'm doing numbers.
Kudos for you guys for doing things that don't require you to actually hit them, recognizing that it's kind of hard to hit assassins.
Yeah, it's also really hard to trust a random number generator not to absolutely.
Aerith,
Screw
you're up,
you.
then Igora.
I want to try doing a big cat spell and doing agonizing despair.
Big
I wanna-
cat spell.
Big cat spell. Get into your brains. Fear me.
Meow 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 meow
Meow, 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 meow,
60
meow.
feet. Yeah, you're in range, even with the
Yep.
height. That is a
Mhm.
nat 22.
Hey.
Wow! I'm
that-
sending in a the meow mix
Oh,
theme song into
God.
the head.
For some reason,
Does this count as a war crime?
Just so you know, yes, it does. Just so you know, that shouldn't be an attack roll spell. It's just a will save.
Yes, it's a will save.
You still rolled a nat 20, so good job.
You did. Good job on that 20.
Yeah.
And technically, yes, this spell would be considered a war crime. Although most spells would be considered war crimes. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Almost the entire
calm
druid-
emotions wouldn't.
And if you want to see war crimes,
Oh,
join
God.
into the League of Amazing Adventurers this Wednesday night.
Why
Oh,
is that your segue?
Hey!
they actually failed by rolling a nat 6.
Hey!
Nice.
Hell
Okay, let's
yeah.
go.
Full damage,
Meow,
so
meow,
that's
meow, meow,
10
meow, meow,
damage.
meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Frightened
meow,
2. Okay.
Uh,
All right, so 10 damage. Okay, and frightened 2, so that'll be -2 to all their stuff for the next turn. Igora, you're up.
All right, so I need to do a little bit of setup this turn, y'all, and I apologize for that. So first action, two actions, 2-action heal.
Oof, you've been doing a lot of healing.
I've done my battle medicine, my 2 heal spells worth of heal. Then with my next single action, Gamma is going to. We're going to use a summoner ability. That's the first time that we've had to use it.
Oh,
Where's my character sheet? There it is. Called Tandem Movement, where we get to both move at the same time. So Gamma and I will proceed to Naruto run to here.
to Area 51.
Yes.
Hmm.
And
Can't get us all.
that will be my turn.
All right. Naru's frightened 2. It'll be down by 1 by the end of this turn. So this roof, because this is a gnome's house, it's only about 10 feet off the ground. They are going to run to the edge of the roof here and do like jumping down without being hurt. Is that an athletics or an acrobatics?
It would be an acrobatics. Are they jumping down?
Yes.
Damn.
25, they're fine. Now, that is that part of the move action, or is that a separate action?
That would be a separate action. Jump down.
Okay, so that leaves them with 1 action this turn, and they are going to stride 30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I accidentally stretched them. They are eyes on Guana.
That's fine.
Ophelia, you're up, and Avi are up next. Oh, and Guana, seeing this though, runs over here and crouches next to Benji because they are a comforting presence.
Hi, buddy.
As I did say, they were after the assassins. So, inspire courage, which Guana really needs right now. Sound burst. Oh boy. Fort save of 22. Fails by even more because of frightened, which would be frightened 1 now, but still. So that's going to be 30 damage. 31. Thank you.
Nice.
Even in text form, Ophelia is remembering to do the bard stuff.
That's funny.
Right. So that's Ophelia's whole turn, I guess. We Sunburst is 2. That brings us to Avi Avi. Benji, you'll be up next.
All right, Needle of Vengeance. I think I'm actually going to cast it against Gowana if he makes an attack on her. And then, am I in range of Electric Arc? Because no, but that's a reflex save. Reflex save.
Look at
There's
you
no
trying to be
point.
smart.
I'm trying. I'm not very smart though. Oh shoot. I guess I'll just do a 2-action magic missile with Bard Song. I'll take that. That is a 6, 10 force damage.
10 force damage. All right. Benji, you're up, and then Aerith.
Yes.
All right. I have been thinking about this a lot. And I am going to cast Telekinetic Projectile.
Ooh.
'Cause
Ooh.
screw this guy. Ooh.
The 26 to hit.
We had 27 with my Bard Song.
27 with Bard Song. Even
And with
with
Frightened?
even with Nimble Dodge, both the Frightened and the Bard Song just lets you hit.
Mm-hmm.
They have a natural AC of 26, and they also have Nimble Dodge's reaction, which gives the first attack that hits them +2 to their AC. But with the Frightened and the Bard Song, it just becomes equal, so you just hit them.
Nice.
All right. So you heightened by 1. That should be a little higher. No, that's right. That's right. My mental math is dumb.
So,
But yeah, that should be 10 damage. It looks like I'm doing
Yep.
to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Screw it, because I got it. I am going to pop my focus spell, Force Bolt.
Hell yeah.
So that's another free 7 damage.
Oof. Oof, those D4s were not.
No, they were very rude. They were very rude indeed.
That is 3 1s.
3 1s, you say?
Mm-hmm.
It's a total of 7?
Mm-hmm.
Math.
Ah, math. They don't call it Math Finder for nothing.
Math Finder.
Yeah.
I love the Adventure Times. Like, get down, fractions. You know.
Mathematical.
Aerith, you're up, and then Igara.
All right.
Igara, who's like, did you just run past me? How rude. Get in my frog.
Well, since the elf guy, the halfling, is basically right next to me, I was also going to shoot a force bolt.
Okay.
It's pew.
Technically, the assassin is an elf.
Oh, an elf. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that'll be 10
I try
force
to correct
damage.
I try to correct myself and say halfling, but
Nice.
find the halfling.
Oh, God.
Find the
Meat's back on
halfling.
the
You have
menu, boys.
2 actions left.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Can I just magic missile the hell out of the
You have,
halfling?
if you have magic missile left, did you
I
prepare
don't
3 of them
believe so.
today?
I do not believe so. I'm just gonna put a shield on myself.
Fair enough. Igara, you're up.
Alrighty, it's time to assume direct control. Okay, so, action number 1 and 2, Gamma striding to there.
Okay.
Action number 3, commanding Choco. Choco runs to there and takes a bite out of him.
Frightened 1. What level is Choco?
Of my level, so 6.
All right, so you do not get flanking.
Okay,
But the
well,
30 still
31.
hits.
31 for 10 points of beak damage.
And that was exactly what you needed to render them unconscious. With a swift,
Woo!
solid beak just to the back of the head, just kind of like knocks them out.
Nice.
Well, actually,
Nice.
technically puts them into dying. You guys could easily probably bring them back to unconsciousness tied up if you want, but we will resolve that and find out what was behind this assassination attempt next week. Thank you all for sticking with us this long.
Yes.
We'll take them out.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands AP. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel. If you want to support us, give us a follow. It helps us a lot, and it gives me the tiniest bit of serotonin. Otherwise, no one we really know is online tonight. So thank you all so much for coming, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Night,
Bye.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Affiliate says bye too. Okay, bye.
She says
Bye.
bye.